Sci-Fi. Everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
And I'm Aaron. What is happening?
Well, it's been 6 years with Wade and Willie, and it's hard for me to break out of that mold.
I understand. It's like the Video Game Hall of Fame. You had to include one woman.
Yeah.
So I'm the Miss Pac-Man of this group.
This
Anyone
way
not knowing what we're talking about, just pay $1 and you can hear the pre-show where this context makes sense.
Go to patreon.com/reallifesci-fi and get 2 bonus episodes a week. You can become a friend of Charles and be a producer on the show, and you buy us some drinks. That's fun for you, right?
Yeah.
Buying people
It'd be
drinks.
like if they added a new button to like YouTube, and then all the creators like and subscribe and upvote.
Yeah, hit that upvote.
Oh boy.
Let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF our good friend, funny man, Josh Cheney.
Woo-woo!
Yeah, take a bow.
Winner.
There you go.
There he is.
There he is.
In the flesh. Can you
Hi,
believe it?
thank you. Hello, hi, thank you.
Thanks for being here, man.
No, please. Thank you for having me.
How many times have you done the show? Do you remember?
I want to say this is the 3rd time. Willie and I were talking about it. I did it once over at Starburns, 2nd time in the pits of the pandemic on Zoom.
Okay.
Tonight's
Lucky number 3.
lucky number
Woo.
3.
I was gonna search, but-
And it's
How-
always fun, and I'm always honored whenever you guys ask.
It's always a blast having you.
Big time blast.
Oh, also, we are going to take calls later. We figured that system out. So the calls thing is back
Yay.
up. So I don't know, like 15 minutes or so, or a half hour or something. We'll start taking some calls. So get ready. Get your questions ready for Josh.
Yeah, make them good, please.
Oh yeah.
How into conspiracy theories are you in general?
I mean, scale of 1 to 10.
Scale away to Willie.
Wade to Willie, that's right. I lean probably more towards, I think I've said this before, I lean more towards you, but in recent years, just the interest in them probably more towards Willie. I don't believe in any of them. No one would ever accuse me of being like a QAnon guy,
Right.
but they're interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. They're fun to
And
talk about.
all this time you have at home with this extra time, it's like, all right, I'll go down that rabbit hole. And
Sure.
what is it you're believing?
Yeah. Pizzagate?
I
Huh?
do have to throw this in here real quick, just because it's brought up. I'm not into Q. I'm not into flat.
I
Earth.
wasn't saying you
I know,
were.
I know. But for
You gotta
new
preface
audience,
it. You gotta
oh my
preface
God,
it.
no, I'm not.
He's nuts. He's not that kind of nuts.
Yeah, like there's
He's like a fun nuts,
like
not
a
like a
salted
not like a
nut.
sharp
One that
like,
you still want.
nails in the nuts kind of mix. You know, he's just makes nuts.
there are limits. There are limits to the insanity, and you come real short of it. You're not like
Yeah.
calling up relatives, going, "Guys, you don't fucking get it."
Stop being such a sheeple.
Right.
Wake up, which is
do you
something my
have
dad
Do
said
you
to
have
me.
someone who does that?
I mean, I have some family that they're not QAnon people. I won't, depending on who listens to this, who watches this. Let's just say I
All your
know some
relatives.
people in my family who might think that the world isn't a ball, isn't a sphere.
Oh.
Flat Earth.
Well, yeah, if you want a Flat Earth shirt, just go to tpublic.com/reallifesci-fi and get our Flat Earth logo.
Yeah.
Not naming names, not saying anything like that. But I mean, not to play devil's advocate, I feel like we all believe some stuff where it's like, depending on who you are, who you're talking to, they'd be like, why would you believe that? That's insanity.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
We do something here called the WOW scale.
Wow scale.
I see that, I like.
Are you Willie?
Oh.
I love that. I'm the O in the middle. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a middle of it. And that's me.
Wow.
The WOW scale is a 5-question quiz. I will judge you at the end, If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willy. If you're in the middle, you're an Aaron.
I want to do this.
All right, let's do it. First question, 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
I do believe in aliens, 100%. There's no way we're alone in the galaxy, possibly not even in this solar system. Have they visited Earth? Sure. In the last 300 years? No. But there's that, I don't know who said it or what the theory is. It's like they could be here and they're so under the radar that they are right now fucking our faces. And we just don't know. There's so much on a higher plane of consciousness or whatever that, yes, they're here, but good luck finding them. It's not like
Right.
trying to pull back something really quick. You're
like if
never
you're
gonna-
playing VR or something,
Yeah.
and you can like shoot that guy, but he's not there.
Right. And then there's also theories of like deja vu. Like that could possibly be evidence of you feel like you've done this before. That's aliens messing with you, or the Matrix kind of a thing. And there's like a grander thing. And who would be smarter than us? Aliens. Yes. No.
All right, fair enough. Ghosts?
No. Not at all.
You don't have any ghost stories?
Not one. I had a roommate who totally believed in it, and while we were living together, he described to me the morning after one night. He said he was up late watching TV and he had this huge experience. I'm like, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, I don't believe in that stuff. If there were ghost stories and if there were ghosts, the amount of people who have died in the history of the world, it would just be constant, nonstop.
It's funny that you say that because I'm like, whenever I think of people not finding the light, we were talking about this earlier. How many people do you know are going to find the light?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, like,
All of them.
Every last one of them.
It's right there.
Yeah. Well, there's like a whole like soul net theory that's like a soul net is around our atmosphere and like it's meant to recycle our souls into these new bodies, like for some unknown reason, because it's like an ancient.
Is it like the ozone layer?
mechanism. It's not the ozone layer. It's like a
Oh, because if it were the ozone layer, that would explain a lot of the guys who got through it.
The holes.
Ah,
Big holes.
those big old holes. But anyway, that's for another
yeah.
episode. The soul net.
Bigfoot?
No. I know. I seen him. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Is he? He's right behind me.
Don't look over your shoulder. Just
Bigfoot.
just like in the last 20 years, how advanced we've gotten just with cameras, motion sensor and motion detectant.
But that's
Motion-
how there's new footage of him, though.
There is,
Yeah, there's like trail cams that have
Yeah.
him going like, "Ooh, hello."
but all those shows are like finding Bigfoot, and always by the end it's like we didn't find him.
They don't want to cancel themselves. If
Yeah,
they found
you
him,
wanna
that's the end of the
continue,
money
like,
train.
Tune in to next season on. Yeah, there's big money in
The
Bigfoot.
30th
Getting to know
season
Bigfoot.
of Ghost Hunters.
Now in its 47th season.
What about psychics?
No, 100% no. In fact, I think we've talked about this before. I hate so much psychics.
Okay.
They're disgusting people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
they are disgusting. They prey on people when they're at their most vulnerable. They want answers about dead people, about dead relatives, and they try and give false hope. And there's a million examples of Linda Brown.
Cynthia Brown.
Thank you, Cynthia Brown.
Love her.
And
She's insane.
they're always wrong.
always
I'm
like-
seeing
like,
water. I
There's,
see. Yeah.
I'm she's always doing this with her giant
Yeah.
long
With
nails,
the super
like,
long nails.
I'm seeing like a husband or a brother, maybe an uncle. I'm like, my uncle.
Yeah.
It must be my uncle.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wants you to stop eating so much grain.
Right.
And I'm like, no.
He almost died of celiac disease. You're right.
You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cynthia Brown.
Yeah, that's like at its tamest. When it's its worst, it's like they get, because it's the last possibility, that last thing that they're holding on to. And, investigators, police employ these people to be like, anything, yeah, it was definitely closer to where the train tracks are. It's no good. It's no better than guessing, and they get paid money and they get shows and it's charlatanism. It's horrible.
I will say there was a famous psychic remote viewer
Mm.
that did it so well, he became the head of the Burbank Police Department.
Really?
hmm And then he went on to do remote viewing with SRI and NASA.
How recent is this?
I want to say the 80s?
Wow.
80s or 90s? Willie, do you know anything?
All right, I take it all back. That guy's legit.
He ended up being he was the sheriff for the Burbank, right?
Yeah, he was like the sheriff or like the head of. I
well,
forget his
sheriffs
exact
are
title.
elected.
He was
I
the
forget his
one-
exact
right.
title, but he was really good.
He's got a really compelling story. We've talked about him before, but we'll probably do it again.
Yeah. I'm not trying to backpedal, but there's definitely a difference between that, someone who clearly is trying to help, and people that are like, my next guest on Montel Williams,
My next guest, you may have already heard of.
you've probably
She's
bought the book.
definitely heard of you.
Yeah. I've got a book. I've got bumper stickers. I've got the.
So, but you believe that people could have psychic abilities. You just don't like the ones who are like taking it on the road.
I guess, yeah, that'd be a good assessment.
Hmm.
I do feel like some people, women's intuition, sort of premonitions, people kind of get a gut feeling, that kind of stuff I get. But I mean, there are schools where people go to become psychics, and you're not learning to attune yourself to become a psychic. You're learning
Cold reads.
mannerisms, stuff. So
Yeah.
that when you say, I'm getting a name like Jay, it could be a John, you're looking at physical cues for the person to be like, okay, I've got it now. And it's this, and I can go. And you usually do it in a larger room. So if that doesn't hit on that person, it'll hit on another person.
Mhm.
And then it looks like, oh my God, I know everything. Gross.
I want to do a psychic food version
Psychic food?
because you could get those same reactions from foods that you like.
Did
Oh,
somebody
beans?
eat something?
You like
that started
something
with a
with
P
beans?
today?
No, burger.
A burger. It was a burger, wasn't it? I've been a vegetarian for 21 years. No, it's so weird. I'm getting a burger. It's definitely a meat burger.
It
Nah,
was.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I did have like a veggie burger.
Okay,
like 2
now
weeks
see,
ago.
okay, that's it.
It must be that.
Right.
Oh, it
must
wasn't
be
P,
that.
it was V. It was a veggie burger.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
P and
that's
V
it.
sound very
There
similar.
it is.
Are you superstitious?
With certain things, sports. I'm a big Cubs fan, so I was leading up to the 2016. I was getting pretty superstitious. But the night of Game 7, my wife and I were getting ready. We were like being ridiculous.
Game
and, like,
7
putting
of
on-
what?
Of the World Series.
the first one that broke the curse.
Yeah,
I mean, the
in
curse-
108 years, the Cubs had not won a World Series, and Game 7, it was do or die. If you win this game, you
Every,
'cause you wore
every
the red
Cubs
shirt?
fan for Game
No.
7.
yeah.
What you're about to explain.
Oh my God, like totally geared up, and I'm getting ready. We're in our bedroom.
Where are
and
you gonna sit? Where are you gonna sit?
Yeah, we went over to a friend's.
should we do?
Yeah, we went over to a friend's house, and kind of against superstition, I turned to her and I said, "We're gonna win the World Series today." She went, "Don't say that." I was like, "Nothing I say is gonna change."
No,
anything.
because
Jason Hayward is gonna choke because
I jinxed the
1,000 miles
Bears.
away.
I jinxed the Bears when they were playing the Colts in the Super Bowl, and
Oh,
Hester returned that opening kickoff, and I was like, Danny, I was watching with Jelenik. I
Uh-huh.
was like, Danny, we're gonna win. And he's like, don't say that. Of course we didn't win.
But
It's all
it
your
had
fault.
nothing to
It's
do
all your
with
fault,
you.
Wade.
No, it did. I jinxed them.
Well, I believe in superstition in that kind of you saying things or wishing things kind of make them so. You kind of wish them sort of into existence. So it's like you can kind of
So
make.
you think it's a numbers game based on
Like
how
The
many wishes
Secret?
are out there?
Yeah, it's all depending on the number because there's a finite amount of wishes.
8 million wishes this year for the Cubs.
Are you someone that believes in a finite amount of luck in your life, or someone that regenerates luck every day?
No, I think there's definitely a finite and a
Interesting.
different number of luck for each individual person.
I believe that. Yeah.
I don't know who said it. I'm always quoting stuff that I don't know what it's from or who said it.
Welcome to the show.
But would you rather be good or lucky? I take Lucky any day.
Oh my god, I would take Lucky.
Any
In a
day. How many
heartbeat.
morons do you know who have fallen ass backwards into amazing opportunities just through sheer luck?
I'll
direct
that. What is what is
Yeah, what is this exactly?
Star Wars, whatever.
Oh, yeah. So it ended up making $100 million.
Yeah.
Oops. Oopsie daisy. But he was the best. He was like the greatest at. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Okay, you're a 0. Congratulations. You're a Wade.
I'm a Wade. Way more skeptical.
Yeah, just like through and through, man. Like every question was right on.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I that doesn't come as a surprise.
I'm also really skeptical though.
Right. So, but you're skeptical.
Do you believe this?
You're skeptical about other people.
But like you were saying at the beginning, it's more you like learning about this stuff. You don't necessarily believe in all of it.
I believe in a lot of stuff.
You're open to a
believes
lot
in
of
most
stuff.
of it.
Most.
He believes in all of that stuff except for superstition.
There's thousands of theories out there.
No, the five that we just did.
Of those,
Yeah.
But you said you believe a lot of, and you're talking about any conspiracy theory.
I believe in the possibility of a lot of things. Yeah.
All right, Willie, hit us with the topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, ABC, ESPN, 20th Century, Searchlight, FX, National Geographic, Lucasfilm, all owned by Disney. There are many conspiracies surrounding this company. Between their movies and their parks, is Walt Disney himself going to be here to witness the global takeover himself? Disney Conspiracies tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi.
So, Disney, the corporation, not the Disneyland, not the person.
I thought we were doing Disneyland and Walt Disney.
I just tried to-
I didn't know we were doing the whole.
No, I
shebang.
didn't know how broad we were going to go.
I didn't know
So
if we were going to talk
I have
about
some broad things. But we both have different things, so we're good.
Okay.
We're covered.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go really broad, Disney is far-reaching. The umbrella is
They
enormous.
are the empire.
They
Well-
are kind of and they own Star Wars now, so they are
Yes.
big time the empire.
Yeah.
But kind of a likable empire.
Yeah, like a sweet, like a Darth Vader, but not all black.
It's
Yeah.
weird because they're not doing a terrible job of taking over the most important thing in my life, nostalgia.
Yeah,
Oh,
and kind
I
of
was like waiting to hear what that
almost
was.
media of all kind.
I'm like, they're doing a good job of handling my nostalgia.
Yeah,
Even if something's bad, I'm just like, well, they did better than DC.
right. Yeah, DC is really shit in the bed.
I don't know what happened.
I can't talk about superhero movies.
DC looks like everything was shot on the planet where Vader kills. No, where Vader gets.
Obi-Wan Kenobi
Fucked up.
lava fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every DC movie looks like it's on a lava planet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so weird. What are they
It's
doing?
Super over CGI'd.
And it's just like red. And
Probably
it's
the
like
only
this is Earth.
asset. It's probably the only asset
And they're
they
just
own.
on like flat plains, and it's like, where are
Wonder
you?
Woman
It's
is
probably the only
walking through
asset,
World
what?
War II. And
Probably
like,
the only
what's
asset they own. They
happening?
just own the 3D lava. They're like, we only have the lava. We gotta make it all lava. Can you
Yeah.
write Batman, but make sure there's lava?
We
Thank
spent
you.
all the money on the red thing, so we can't take off Henry Cavill's mustache. It all went to the red planet, so yeah, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little shaggy. He's a shaggy Superman.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I-
Fuck your childhood.
Yeah,
He's got a
dude.
mustache now.
We're trying to compete. This is very important stuff.
It's just funny how they're like, oh, we could do that. They like see the Marvel thing. They're like, oh, yeah, we got it. We could do that.
Yeah, I saw
And then
that.
just immediately,
I saw that somewhere. They were like,
we
how,
fucked up.
how many movies and how many years did you do to this whole Avengers thing? You do in one movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no. You can't. You can't.
Yeah, no, we'll do a Superman and then we'll just jump right in.
Right. We're going to have all of them. It's going to be all of them. And there's going to be 2 villains.
I didn't watch the Batman versus Superman, but I was just like, they're blowing up buildings while they're fighting. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think I need to see that.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I think we'll go back and forth with our Disney stuff. Right?
My thing is mostly just one big thing.
Okay. You want
Hit
to
it.
go first or second?
I mean, I can go first if you want.
I feel like you can't leave that one big thing
okay.
lingering.
Okay, then let me start by saying, what if, picture this, there is a mechanism in Disneyland hidden in plain sight that is a Telluric
Oh, by the
energy...
way, Josh, this is Erin. She's a third host now.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Good to know you.
I'm also a huge Disney fan, so this is like, I've been thinking about this theory for a long time.
We should do this first. Are you guys fans of Disney?
Yeah, but not like I'm not putting in on a satin jacket with my wife and we're going to Disneyland with matching. Like,
I
who
almost
doesn't?
literally wore my fancy Disney jacket.
In the world of Disney, there's something you like. You like Winnie the Pooh, or you like Fantasia, or you like the animation of something. You like some ABC show. Like, there's something within the Disney world before they bought everything that you're like, yeah, I'd like that. Oh, that's Disney. Okay.
Oh, Goofy, a hippo? He's a hippo? All right, cool. I like
He's a
a
mog.
fucking hippo.
Goofy's a
Goofy
mog.
skiing. I mean, come on, you're heartless if you don't think that's funny.
What, how's the laugh go?
I mean, heartless. I don't find that funny.
Right.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Get the
Are you a
fuck
fan of
out.
Disney, Wade?
I mean, if you put it in that context, sure. But I'm not like. I mean, now it's a conglomeration.
Yeah.
It's like, what would I like about it?
Right. It's a
Yeah.
different beast now for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, do you like Walmart?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I like.
I
Walmart.
like paying very low prices.
I am very cheap.
Right.
I grew up.
Sorry,
loving-
mom and pop.
Yeah.
I only got $5
Yeah,
for these.
sorry.
But we can't afford to compete. I don't know what accent I'm doing. I
Italian?
stopped myself. Yeah. I mean, I love Disney. I love the parks. I love the movies.
Yeah.
I'm like a huge fan. I like what they've. They were like high class in my childhood. You had what was the other? What was the biggest competitor to Disney growing up? In your
Don
in your,
Bluth.
Santa's World. Santa's Village. I'm kidding. I'm
I'm
thinking
trying
of
to
the
think of
theme
another.
parks.
Is there another?
Yeah,
sort
Don
of
Bluth.
rat?
Don
No,
Bluth.
Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
thinking of.
Warner Brothers.
Like Bugs Bunny, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
Looney
a lot
Tunes.
of fun.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes was a lot of fun, but I'm like I always like Disney better.
Like you said, high class. Like, it's not that they were cheap. It just seemed like because they put out movies, Disney was like a higher quality, higher caliber.
Thanks for posting that
than Looney
picture
Tunes.
of me at Disneyland, people in the chat. Thank you.
I was a Looney Tunes. I'd take Bugs Bunny over Mickey Mouse.
I mean, there was a grittiness to it, especially
Yeah.
the Tex Avery stuff.
Right.
But
And it was also more in your face. Like, Bugs Bunny didn't fuck around. I never seen Mickey Mouse con anyone.
no, but
Mortimer
then
Mouse
but
thing.
then it fell off. So there was such a steep fall off in the 60s and 70s of like the Hanna-Barbera. Obviously, that's not Looney Tunes, but the cheapness of the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
My problem with Warner Brothers is you group in all these other things. You know, well, I say,
Foghorn Leghorn.
I'm like, I'm like, if I got to add Foghorn Leghorn into my Bugs Bunny, like I'll take Disney.
Yeah, I could see that.
Even though I
Okay.
like Foghorn Leghorn, I'm just like, fuck, there's just too much.
Sure.
What are you talking about? That's like saying you don't want Pluto to be in Mickey Mouse.
I just felt like one of those was too much. Maybe it was because it was every day, all day, and Disney like you had to pay for it, so you didn't see it as much. So like it was like
Disney always seemed like kids stuff.
Mm,
Looney Tunes was like
more adult for sure,
Yeah.
especially the Tex Avery stuff. It
Looney
was
Tunes
about
is like Gen X.
yeah. It was
Disney's
always
like,
making jokes about
I'm just
mother-in-law.
like not saying anything
I know,
because
jump
you're
in.
all hurting my feelings.
Oh.
Like,
All right, well, what's your thing?
I started by
Okay.
saying I like Disney.
yeah, now you're all like, I mean, Disney's for kids. Disney is not for kids.
That was him.
Disney is like not for kids.
is
It's specifically made for
For
adults.
kids.
It's made for
For
adults.
kids.
No.
No, as of lately, it's definitely
No.
gotten way more adult.
No, even back then it's been adult. I would say this is part of everything I say. In the 80s, when this machine that I started talking about, gets dismantled, Disney becomes more sexualized. They start becoming more into money and less about enjoyment and
Mhm.
emotion. So
that's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney, when he made Snow White, nobody thought that a movie, an animation would work in the theater.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah, is that
how
news?
do those cartoons get on the
that
screen?
news?
But
What?
to your point, Fantasia,
Oh,
totally adult.
Fantasia's
draw,
for adult. Well, the
do you
whole
like draw it live?
It's not meant
Oh,
for-
good.
I don't
How's
know.
this gonna work?
No, like he won the Oscar with with it. He has more Oscars than anybody. Go on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Do you want me to start the topic? What I was going to talk about?
That's what a go on was.
Okay.
Just go on already. Go on.
Okay, sorry. I was just going to see if that was going to happen again. So there's a machine in. God, it was ready. I had it like perfectly in my mind.
You
Fuck.
had it. It's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, it's hiding in plain sight. It's a Telluric Energy Amplification Machine.
Okay.
Do you guys know about Telluric Energy?
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you do. Telluric Energy or ley lines, they are crisscrossed. It's like a grid across the entire world. It's a magnetic anomaly. And a lot of people say that, things like UFOs, like animals, can tap into this magnetic thing and harness its energy. So there were some suggestion, and I've read this whole book about it, which it's kind of compelling. If you guys want to read it, it's called Latitude 33, Keys to the Kingdom. So
Is that a Disney reference?
Latitude 33, Keys to the Kingdom. Well, 33, there's a club.
33rd degree Mason, 33.
I meant the
club
kingdom.
At the
The
Yeah,
magical kingdom.
The kingdom is, that is for Disney.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also the 33. I mean, there's a lot of 33.
There's also Club 33 on the park. But
Right.
Disneyland is built on the 33rd ley line, which some people also says between 33 and 37 is the UFO superhighway, all that interesting stuff.
Do they say that was done on purpose or it just happened?
It just happens. It just happens. So the whole thing with Disney, though, is they suggest that so the Disney company contacted the Stanford Research Institute, SRI. They do a lot of like random stuff for companies. One of the things they do is they help you like find the perfect place for like large businesses. Like they went there like on paper for like economic when you're forecasting like where they should put it, where the freeways are going up, blah blah blah. But one of the things they also do is like kind of like random like the random experiments, like remote
mind
viewing.
control. Oh yeah, remote viewing. Yeah.
Mind control, remote viewing, all that kind of stuff, like magnetic experiments. We're just really off the wall shit. And two of the people that went to work for them and found the spot for Disneyland, one of them was named C.V. Wood. C.V. Wood's been totally scrubbed from most Disneyland records. He was the main engineer and pretty much the person that got the money.
Imagineer.
No, he's just an engineer. This is before
Pretty
Imagineers.
sure it's called Imagineer.
Before Imagineers.
I think I know Disney.
He got all the money. He got all the fundraising. It was his idea to like ask other companies to pay to get the Disneyland built. So they suggest that he had affiliations with NASA. He had affiliations with some other random fringe science groups that knew about Telluric Energy, knew about this stuff. In certain like Fey lore and in certain like fringe scientists like Tesla and John Keely, they suggest that you can harness this Telluric energy, and like I think Keely has a machine that you can put energy on a copper coil and it spins into a bowl and it amplifies the energy. So what they're saying is, and what he experimented with, was spinning on these ley lines, spinning on these Telluric energies to amplify whatever energy it is you're trying to harness. So what they suggest is that if you look at ley lines, 3 of them go through Disneyland.
Crazy.
And they
rare.
Yeah, super rare. And
To overlap, yeah.
no, it's like the very middle of it, where those ley lines meet, was where the original carousel was put. And from 1955 to 1982, that's where the carousel stayed. And everything on these ley lines, that includes towns around. Yeah, that includes like towns around them, like San Bernardino and like where they live, Anaheim, places like that. They all like experienced a ton of economic growth during that time. But in 1982, after Walt died, they're like redesigning Fantasyland. They push it back. They start encountering all this financial hardship, like they start turning into money like grubbers, like they lose the idea that Disney should be about heightening our experience and like
The most
bringing,
magical place on earth.
yeah, to make it the most magical place on earth.
Uh,
And so I don't know, the book I read had like a lot of random like coincidences that seemed to line up with this. So that's the gist of what I have to say.
that's
So-
crazy.
I don't know about you guys, but when I make curry, Telluric is a pretty good stuff.
It gives it that color.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And when
I
you get
love
the,
it.
the ingredients right, it's magical.
It's magical.
It's magical.
Everyone prospers.
Per pound, it's like
Yeah.
more valuable than gold.
Yeah, more valuable than saffron.
That's it. That's what I was.
That's the most valuable spice of them all.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste good.
So turning that on,
Hmm.
is it like a?
They moved the carousel back, right?
They moved the carousel back like 15
What's there
feet.
now?
The King Arthur's sword.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
Excalibur.
Fuck.
Sword in the Stone.
Got it.
Yeah.
Have you tried pulling it out?
I actually have, and there's like a remote mechanism that only releases it during certain shows during the day.
Oh, really?
Snap, I've
Yeah.
never seen it move.
Yeah, because they used to have a Merlin show where Merlin would come out and do a thing with the dowsing rod and be like, "Oh, are you the boy or girl today?" And then they pull it
Ah.
up and they're king for the day.
Wow.
They're queen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Magical.
Smart.
Magical.
But the Ferris wheel? Merry-go-round?
Merry-go-round.
Carousel.
Carousel. That's boring, man.
Unless
in
it's harnessing
1955.
the energy of the world, then
But
it's a
the sword
little
can
less
do that,
boring.
right?
Not if you have
No,
a
sword can't do
family
that.
of 6 and the lines everywhere are big except that one.
I've
Yeah.
never even-
Yeah.
I've never
Then
even
it's-
seen that thing. There's
Really?
a carousel.
That's the
there?
first thing we
It's
did. I'm like,
giant.
there's so many
Yeah,
rides here. Why are
it's
we on the
enormous.
carousel?
I'm always so fucking stoned out of my mind when I go there. Never even seen the carousel.
Oh God! You know why all the horses
It's
are
right by
white?
Snow White.
Why?
Because it was the most popular colored horse, and so all the kids kept fighting, so they just painted all the horses white.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah,
That's
almost all the
smart.
carousels I went on as a kid. There was a brown one and a tan one and a
Mm-hmm.
white one, black one. I didn't know that kids would fight like who cares?
Just,
Racists.
punching
Bunch
kids
of
out.
racist
Cinderella,
kids.
probably.
I'd always get in the
Cinderella.
one with the cart. I just
Yeah,
sit in
there's
that cart.
A lot of times there are cards.
So much
yeah.
I'm
room.
joking. That's the lamest fucking one, man.
Yeah, it's
Can't
like
get in
It
a
doesn't
cart?
move. You're like, hey, what
It's like a
the
snow
fuck,
sled.
man. All these horses are running around me.
yeah. And I'm just sitting stationary.
Yeah.
Let me jump into mine. Right?
Yeah, jump into yours.
So-
That's
Let's hear
fine.
it.
What's yours?
Do you guys have you guys heard the rumor that Disney's head or body was frozen
Ugh,
and
This is
exists
rumor.
underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
Now that's news to me.
I
this
heard it
true?
was under the castle.
Which castle?
The castle.
Oh, the castle, the one that was modeled after the one in Germany.
Yeah, that was backwards.
So supposedly,
Yeah, it's backwards.
Oh,
the only reason why they came up
Well, it
with
depends on
I'm
which
lying.
side
I
you're
have heard the
on.
theory. I have heard the
No.
theory.
the only reason why they came up with the movie Frozen was so that in the Google searches you don't find Walt Disney's head frozen.
Which is that I did hear that, and that's ingenious.
I'm like, yeah, I would do that too.
yeah,
If it's true, it's very smart.
yeah.
Give that guy a raise.
I mean,
So here's the thing. Here's
it's,
the thing.
it's burying
After
it.
looking into this, I'm like, holy fuck, this could be legit. Here's how it started.
That I believe.
He died in 1966. Early 1967, there was a
Wait.
tabloid.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said before things started changing in '82 after he died. I thought he died.
No,
that-
after they moved it back after he died. Because if he was still there, he'd have been like, no,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
do
okay.
that for reasons of my own
If
design.
he died in the '60s.
66.
I was sure he died in the '70s or '80s. '66. Okay.
Early 67, this tabloid newspaper, the National Spotlight, the reporter snuck into St. Joseph Hospital in Burbank
Uh huh.
and said that he was disguised as an orderly and he saw Disney's body suspended in a cryogenic metal cylinder. This is 67.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Sounds fucking unbelievable, right? This is where it all stems
That
from.
sounds
Beyond
like a Bugs
unbelievable.
Bunny episode.
There were
Yeah.
and then there were
Looks
a
like he's
couple
frozen, Doc.
there were a couple documentaries that kind of pushed this too. So most people think of the documentaries, they didn't know it started with this tabloid thing, right? So it sounds like bullshit, right?
for sure.
You know
it
when the
does.
first person who was cryogenically frozen was?
I bet you it was like early 90s.
Wasn't it Ted
January
Williams?
12th, 1967.
Oh.
It was right then. It was
Oh.
right when he died.
So then it was like a hot topic on like
But
in
nobody,
everyone's minds.
but a lot of people didn't know
Yeah.
about it. It wasn't like popular.
Yeah, so then how else people are like, that sounds weird. What? Walt Disney did it?
Right.
What?
Little coincidental.
Well, no, I'm just saying though, like this connection wasn't ever made. Like people just saw this documentary that was brought up, and they didn't even mention any of this stuff.
In the
this is like-
documentaries, they don't
This is
mention
like
it?
hot off the press. No, yeah,
Ah.
no. So the first guy that was ever cryogenically frozen, Dr. James Bedford, January 12th, 1967, in Burbank, and according to Mental Floss, if you know that, his body's
Very
still
reputable.
frozen and still in good shape.
Why?
Just saying.
No. Why cryogenic? Is the idea of being cryogenically frozen to one day they're
Yeah.
going to solve
Yep.
multiple
solve
stab wounds?
technology
They're
will
gonna
bring us back.
Yeah, they're gonna solve old age.
They're gonna solve.
Is that a-
My
is that a
head fell
Simpsons
off.
joke?
Yeah.
I think that is a
I was like,
Simpsons
wait,
joke.
what is that?
They're gonna solve being bad at skateboarding.
Hopefully, in 500 years, they'll have a cure to my head fell off.
Hey, Poochie's here. I mean, Disney.
He had lung cancer though.
Yeah.
I mean-
so here's
He
the
died
thing.
you
with
get
his
in that
brother rubbing
Bacta
his
tank.
feet.
But
Everything
this sounds
can
a
be
lot like
solved.
this sounds a lot like the Ted Williams thing. Why is it just his head? Why would you cut his head off?
Oh, I mean, most of these stories are with his body. The
Full
head,
body.
the head story, I think, just kind
Totally
of came about.
separate story for the head.
Yeah.
But you said when they found him, he was being suspended.
That he was in the metal cylinder, his whole body.
Oh, okay. I
like
heard
Han
that, and
Solo.
I saw full Mission Impossible. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like steam, like vapor lines coming off him. He's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cold.
So there's this guy who was the former president of the LA-based Cryonics Society in 1972. He had an interview with LA Times, and he said that Disney, when they first opened their company, where like, he was interested in becoming frozen. So their company called them, and Disney asked them about, because Disney was into sci-fi, he was into technology.
Right.
Disney
Yeah,
called
Tomorrow
them
World.
asking about their technology.
I just can't get on board with it. Like
I
I
don't
just
know-
can't get on board with the fact, like the idea that he froze himself and his head is somewhere else. Like that.
No. The head thing is just a whole. Is just
That's
a,
a separate thing. He's saying there's a full body.
I
Most
believe-
people who believe in this, they think it's the whole body intact.
I just say why. I just like I'm with you. Why? Like what's the like? And I get. Oh, he's got so many ideas. Like,
Well, but if he had lung cancer, right, then that's why. Because
Yeah.
like, oh, one day they'll discover a cure for this.
one day they're gonna discover a cure for my already broken body. Like, he already has lung cancer. What are
Yeah.
they gonna do? Take his frozen tissue, grow
but
new
he
lungs,
is the
maybe
most
sew 'em back
hopeful
in?
person in the
We're
history
gonna
of the.
do it, you guys.
We are gonna
No.
do it.
We're gonna get him back.
When
No.
you think of it about being cryogenically frozen, it's just a very long cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that means you have to freeze him before you die. You have to choose to be frozen before you die.
Yeah.
You can't die and then freeze.
Yeah, because then
And so here's the other thing. So his final message to the Imagineers. He was sick. He was dying. He's smiling, and he told them that what he expected of their performance in the future and how he hoped to see them soon. So there's that, right?
Okay.
That's his last message was very like, I'm going to see you soon.
allegedly.
Yeah, in hell.
And then when if his cemetery in Forest Lawn, there is no
Mausoleum.
place for a cremated. There's no place for where he should be.
Like the ground.
He supposedly
There's not a hole big enough for this guy.
like there's an
Like-
area,
like the plot.
but there's no area for a cremated person to be either. Like there's nowhere for anybody to be. For him to be. There's no spot where it's like this is where he's at.
I would believe that he was just buried somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like in a private plot. I just can't believe that he would do that. I just can't believe he would do that.
And on his daughter's grave, there's a
Did
message
you just
on
say
it.
you had a family member do that?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
How
On
many
his-
of you had a drink, Wade?
What did you say? It
None of your
sounded like I had a
business.
family member do that.
I just don't believe he would do that.
Not the Walt Disney she knows.
Yeah.
Not the one that I've gone back in my past lives
He
would
and
never give
interacted
up.
with.
He would never Surrender.
Listen to this message on his daughter's grave that says, there's a message on it that says,
Get
on her
milk.
nameplate that says, ashes scattered in paradise. Her ashes.
Right.
Her ashes.
Where's her paradise? You think it's, I
Yeah.
mean, like it's got to be at the Disney park, right?
I mean, it's probably just parts of the Caribbean where everyone else spreads ashes. Just dump it in the water.
Small world and pirates.
It's no longer water. It's just ash.
It's
It's
real
all
thick with
absorbed all of the
ash.
river water.
If the park is, if that ride
It's
is
like-
closed when you're there, they found somebody dumping ashes on camera.
It's like quicksand.
Well, it's closed right now for the 55th anniversary of
Oh, is
Pirates of
it?
the Caribbean. Or they might be taking Johnny Depp out. I don't know.
Johnny D.
Joni.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that ride works because you get in the boat,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and then you go down.
You go underground.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the story of the
You
ride?
go past the restaurant and you go underground, yeah.
How do they do that?
They're Imagineers.
Why aren't you just underwater at that point?
Wait, are you for real
How
right
does
now?
water work?
You need to
If
go to
there's a certain
engineering
water
school.
level,
You need to talk to some Imagineers.
wouldn't you be just underwater? What?
Oh, the phone number is going up. Hey guys, we're gonna put up the phone number. Call in if you have any
Woot, woot.
questions about these intriguing Disney theories.
And if you call me Snake.
call Josh Snake
I want to call you me.
because we already have a Josh
No,
here.
you said you wanted to call me
call them
Viper.
both Josh.
He was Viper.
Oh, that's right. Guys, let's get our story straight before any of these
on-
calls come in.
On his death, he was working on the experimental prototype community for tomorrow.
Who is this
Epcot
now?
Of tomorrow, Epcot.
Walt Disney?
4 was what I
No,
read.
it's O because it spells out.
I get
Epcot.
the O, but I read 4 in 2 places, and I'm like, it's weird because there's an O there. So I wrote down what they wrote.
Mm.
They're wrong.
Yeah, 2 places wrong. I know.
You're
I kept going
wrong.
like, but it's Epcot.
It was written by a bot.
But it's crazy because the
AI
idea
writing
of this
articles.
place was really, it wasn't his idea when he was working on this was not the Epcot Center. It was like a place.
It was a place to live.
To
It was
live.
as a
Oh.
fully sustainable, totally like solar powered, everything like naturally powered.
World
like,
of Tomorrow.
food grown there. World of Tomorrow. A
Oh.
community for tomorrow, and it was gonna be fucking sweet. It was gonna
And
be so good.
The funniest quote in this realm that I read was, "Somebody's utopia is somebody else's dystopia."
Mm.
I was
I
like,
mean,
"Oh
don't live
shit!"
there then.
Yeah. Yeah, then don't live there. Hey, man, there's
Then
the
don't
door.
freaking live there.
Because he was anti-union, and he was anti-communist,
Mm.
Yeah.
and he wanted to be in charge. And
He named names. That dude named
Yep.
names.
Did he?
Yeah, he went in front of a whole bunch of people and named some fucking names.
Oh, Walter.
But that's because he was a shrewd businessman.
yeah.
And he's like, you know how I can take out all of my competitors?
Mm-hmm.
I'll call them communists.
We have a call. It's from Aaron, but
Yeah, let's take it.
okay, yeah, take it.
come on in.
Your question is, who else, like, what other celebrities do you think are frozen? Oh. What other celebrities do you guys think are frozen? Hi, Aaron.
What's up, Aaron?
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm going all right. It sounds like you guys already read my question. So.
yeah, sorry.
No, you say it to us.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want
It'll
to hear
sound
it in
better
your
coming out
way.
of you.
Okay, let's make it official. What other celebrities do you think are frozen?
What celebrities do I think are frozen?
Great question, Aaron.
Yeah,
Huh.
really good one.
I think Avril Lavigne is frozen, and they replaced her with a doppelganger.
Really?
Yeah. I'm 50-50 on the replacement of her.
Yeah, look, if anyone is confused what I'm talking about, freaking look up the Avril Lavigne replacement conspiracy. It's pretty intriguing.
This is news to me.
I mean,
So
the thing.
where is real Avril Lavigne then?
The
Hmm.
real Avril Lavigne? That's a great question.
I thought she was frozen.
She's frozen, but I don't know where she is. Wherever the other frozen
yeah, where
celebrities
are they
right?
holding her?
It's weird
Cold
because, like,
storage.
if you
Right.
want to freeze yourself, you don't want that to be the story. So you like hiding.
Right.
You don't want people to know that you're frozen, right? I don't know why, but like, wouldn't you want to let the world know, like, hey, I'm going to be frozen. So, like, remember me if the
Not
technology
me, man. I'd be
catches up.
embarrassed as hell about that shit.
Yeah, like
So do you
I'm
think there's,
such
like,
a
some giant
narcissist. I'm
frozen
gonna
people
come back.
Compound?
What?
Say again?
Do you think there's like some giant frozen people compound?
Yes,
right? Because
I do think that.
wherever the company is, it's like Judge Dredd, where like they're all in jail, frozen together.
Right.
Someone's got to monitor all those because, I mean, if Walt Disney's frozen, they started doing it the year that he decided to be frozen.
67.
There is no way that cutting edge science can keep him alive that long, just chilling in a random garage. So you have to have some technician.
Had to go somewhere.
Yeah, you had to go somewhere.
And they had the money at Disneyland to put him underneath pirates.
I just.
But since 66, the advances in dry ice,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, they just had to change the dry ice
Oh
every
my
couple of
God.
hours.
I mean, but which
Wait, hang on. What are the advances? Because as far as I know, dry ice has always been
cubes?
just...
Is it still cubes?
Oh, Wade, let me tell you.
Oh, please.
Whenever I'm getting a Lumalnati's pizza from Chicago
Yeah.
shipped to me,
Uh-huh.
there's always at least a little bit of, Walt Disney DNA sprinkled in there.
Every bite of every churro.
Mhm.
That's what makes the sausage so good.
Yeah.
No, I just assume
Yeah.
the technology has probably gotten
It's the
better.
Dole Whip. He's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
But
Dole
there
Whip.
definitely are people being frozen.
I think this is I think this is a very honest answer. Jerry Lee Lewis, the pedophile, probably froze himself because he's like, this is gonna catch on, and he's a Great Ball of Fire guy.
Oh, I see.
And so he's like, wake me up when you can fuck kids.
Oh my god.
Or maybe
Can we
wake
say that
me
on
up.
live TV?
Wake me up when it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you're gonna be asleep for a long time.
Let's revert back to like ancient Rome where it was sort of like cool.
Right.
No way.
What's going on, Jerry? What year is it? It's 3187. Like, oh my god.
It took that long, huh?
And
1,100
Great
years.
Balls of Fire was it was a MacGuffin because he was like, I'm gonna freeze myself, and no one will think that the Great Balls of Fire guy
Fire
would do.
frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that guy for sure.
Also worth noting that the young girl in question was his cousin. So
Right.
Oh
She
yeah.
was his
Winona
cousin.
Ryder.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double whammy. Double whammy.
So he's like
Yeah,
incest,
in the
like wake me
movie.
up, put me in Alabama.
We don't need to freeze my wife.
right.
She's got to be older. He's freezing her so he doesn't like experience her as an old woman.
Serious answer, and this isn't a joke in reference to Batman and Robin, but
Okay.
I could see Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
because I don't think at this point in his life he's still obsessed with youthfulness and virility and being, but I feel like he's vain enough that he might be like, all right, and has
You gotta
enough
say
money.
it like
How
him,
can
though.
we deny the
I need you
technology
to make
of
sure
the
that
future?
I am definitely going to be
Well,
alive.
I mean, you got to put Michael Jackson in here, right?
For
That
sure.
Dude, like slept
Yeah.
in a fucking cryogenic thing.
What about Prince? What about Elvis?
I
What
feel
about
like Prince maybe had
I
a
mean,
chance to do it and he
Only
missed
the
his chance.
richest of the rich
Yeah.
could, and they've all died so weird that they probably were frozen. You know what I mean? Like
That's
you-
possible.
I
Okay,
feel like Prince would insist on his own compound, though. He wouldn't want to be part of the
Yeah.
everybody else's.
No, because
He'd want his own
Prince
in
is a
Minnesota.
Jehovah's Witness.
he would. His
would
own
not
Paisley
do
Park
that.
frozen.
oh yeah, you're
He's
right.
a Jehovah's Witness. He's not worldly
That's such a
enough
crazy, yeah.
to want his own compound. He would want to be
Oh.
with everyone else in the cryo Jehovah's Witness side of the compound.
But does his princeness overstep his Jehovah's Witnesses?
Never.
But picture
Never.
David Bowie, who made an album knowing he was dying,
Yeah.
Dark Star.
and he's got the money. It's like, hey, just freeze me.
Black
like
Star?
let me do this. I know that I'm
Black Star,
dying.
yeah.
Here's my album. Freeze me.
Here's my
He's
album.
up
Here's
there.
3,
clues
2, 1,
that I'm
freeze me.
dying. I don't know.
That's what's so weird about this. It's like you would have to. It's almost like assisted suicide,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
because you don't know.
But
so
when
you're
you're
just
frozen,
like kind
you're
of
not
kill me, I
dead.
guess.
Right? That's the whole idea.
Well, I mean,
It's
that's
suspended.
That's the pitch.
Right. But if you go into it closer, I bet you're kind of dead.
You gotta be.
You're like 9. It's like Princess
People-
Bride.
people
You're mostly
freeze.
dead.
People
You're not.
freeze to death. So what is
Yeah.
this?
Did you watch the end of Righteous Gemstones? He froze to death at the end of that.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's a very recent.
I don't
spoiler.
care. I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've seen that yet. I didn't know there was a new one.
Oh, Aaron takes a heel turn.
I'm just saying, thank you for calling in, Aaron.
Yeah,
I
thank
love
you.
this question. It's a great question. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. I'm staying
All right,
with
thanks, guys.
Schwarzenegger.
Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, you don't know who did at the end, so that's not really a spoiler. You just expect something.
I guess I
weird's gonna
forgot to
happen.
watch it.
I know. I'm going like, what?
The new season, Righteous Gemstones.
Who do
Yeah,
you think
crazy.
would though? Like right now, if they were like, "Hey, we figured it out. It's a real thing. You
Kanye.
can freeze yourself."
Jake Logan.
Yeah,
Kanye.
Kanye for sure
the
would.
Logans, yeah.
For sure.
One of the Dixie Chicks.
Just most of the narcissists, right?
Right.
I mean,
That's
like,
it.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian.
Who?
Crypto
Fucking
whales.
crypto
Like,
whales.
Would
please-
100% freeze themselves.
Please do liposuction before you freeze me. But
the crypto whales would not freeze themselves because they are riding high, man.
Yeah.
There's no way they would wake up.
Yeah, in
and crypto
100
would
years,
be
they're
worth
like,
anything.
so it's worth what?
Yeah.
one more hour.
I'm
One
broke?
more hour. It's going up.
Yeah. Freeze me now. No, don't freeze. No, don't freeze. Yeah, freeze me. Like they are trading. Did you? No. Yeet. Definitely. Don't. Please. Yes. No.
Whoops.
dip. Not yet.
Not yet. Wait.
Write it out, boys.
Yeah. Hodl my
Elon
cryogen.
Musk, right?
Elon Musk. Yeah,
I don't know.
He would
He's
definitely.
so fascinated with space. He wants to do some kind of weird space shit. I'll bet he goes to space.
How about Frozen in space?
just in space?
Yeah. Like
Just launch me out.
Like Han in the Carbonite.
But then is he in space?
Yeah, he's in space.
So he's
frozen.
like Zod.
Yeah, but like shot.
This
And then,
is
like,
going
hopefully
to
I'll be-
cost $5 million, and we will wake you up.
Yeah.
I promise you.
I promise you.
Just sign this. What's it called when you get people's?
signature.
Oh
Contract?
my
Yeah.
god. We're gonna take off
No,
the
how
phone number. Thank
how
you, Aaron, for calling. We're gonna take the phone number off.
We're
Thank
taking
you.
it off. Why?
Because we have 5 minutes left. We usually
okay.
use this time to wrap up.
Whoa, that
Whoa.
went fast.
I know.
Yeah,
we-
I
They go
know.
pretty fast.
But
What
I'm-
happens
I'm-
when Josh shows up? But
I
he's gonna
100
stick
I
around
100%
for more.
believe the theory that Frozen was created just to bury. If you look up Walt Disney Frozen, there's this new movie out, and apparently kids think it's crack.
Yeah.
Don't look at the
If
thing.
you look
that-
up Disney Frozen Head, you're gonna get some really questionable
Oh,
adult
for sure.
material.
Especially
Don't
especially
Google
click on that
if
images
you
tab.
don't have the adult filters
Yeah.
on.
What's that? Ice King
Uh,
blowjobs?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Ice
Sounds like-
King.
sounds like
From
I
Adventure Time?
should Google that.
Okay, gross.
You know, when you sign someone over your their signature equals your signature.
You're
Signator? Or
it's your lawyer.
No, yeah.
God damn it! does
Power of
anyone in the
attorney?
chat-
Yes.
Power of attorney. Thank you.
We
I was
all
like,
know you're
power of
right.
lawyers.
We all know you're right. We all could have gotten it, but you got it before us. It could have been any of us, though.
Yeah,
that got
for
it.
sure. But it
Yeah, no, you're not special,
but
dude.
very specifically
Any of us
it-
could have done that. You just happened to, but we
But-
could have.
but it was me. But it was me.
All right, so what are these
Oh,
final
God.
thoughts? Look at all those notes. We got to the first sentence in that page.
No, he got to a lot of it.
I mean, my final thoughts: is there a Telluric machine that was once active in Disneyland, amplifying the power and energy of love? Yes.
Possible.
I think so.
I believe that.
Do you believe that?
And I also
No.
believe that
No.
there is a good chance that he was frozen. The timing is right. You wouldn't
Don't
want to.
believe
You
that.
want to make this public because you don't want to scare people with the future. And he was sci-fi, technology, history. He is the first person I would think that would freeze himself.
Mm.
And he was asking about it, and the technology started the year basically when the month he died is when they.
I just
froze
know
the
he's
first
a
person.
God-fearing man.
I mean,
he's a religious man. He wouldn't freeze himself.
But hang on. I can buy that, but what's the plan? Like, how do you wake people up from this?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
Real slow.
Well, the thing is that like here's the thing.
Real
It's
slow.
like getting the bed.
This
you
is the
just gotta
sad
come
part.
up.
Here's
Right.
the thing.
When you wake up, all of your money rights have gone to your family, so you're gonna just wake up poor. That's what they
Yeah.
don't
won't.
tell you.
Disney won't.
It's like, hey man,
Yeah, I'm
ESPN owns your house, not you.
Right.
What is this ESPN? I'm imagining.
You don't think that Walt Disney could figure that out?
Yeah.
He made
Also,
it
when you come
once.
out of it, wouldn't it be like being in a very long coma where you need to learn to walk and talk
Yeah,
and all
for
that stuff? Like,
sure.
what do
Yeah.
you mean it was all sold? Like, rest.
I've
We'll
got
get
stock?
to the
What is that?
particulars in a couple months.
You own Iron Man now.
I don't know what
They're
that
Iron
is.
people.
I don't like drawings that aren't animated.
Right.
Comic books?
Well, it's mostly animated. We use computers now.
Mostly. Listen, you got a lot of catching up to do. First off, let's defrost you. They got like hair dryers on them. Maybe it's like a bullet train. Like bullet trains end up going like 1,000 miles per hour, but it's all in the slowing down. It needs to take a half hour to slow down. So once you unfreeze somebody, you need to take a couple of years. That's how long it takes to
Right.
to thaw someone.
What's email?
Sit down, Grandpa. I mean,
Worldwide.
great
What?
grandpa.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for listening. Patreon.com/RealLifeSci-Fi. Josh, any plugs?
No, this is real. 100% real.
And it's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's very good. Go on.
If you got any extra money, guys, really sign up for our Patreon. You get an hour before, you get an hour or two after, depending on how chill our guest is. $1 to $5 to $9. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching, hanging out with us. Tell us what you think about Disney.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being here. Josh Cheney. Look him up. He's funny. Remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. We'll see you next time.
Real Life Sci-Fi. Real Life Sci-Fi.